What's up, everybody? It's Brandon from Box Office Banter, Cult Flick Symposium. Back with another review, Lisa Frankenstein. And let me just tell you this much. This movie is the definition of a movie that didn't do any more than I expected, didn't do any less. It did exactly what it was supposed to do as a horror fan that likes, that little light romp every once in a while. It's a little bit more of a romp for most people, but if you're a horror fan, it just hits that sweet spot. This is our PG, so back the fuck up if you don't like it. No. Obviously, I'm not dead ass serious with that, but this is just a fun fucking movie. Definitely had some Edward Scissorhand vibes, and honestly, if they would have nailed the landing like Edward Scissorhands totally does, it would have been even higher up for me. Yet and still, though, this is a fucking really, really good to great movie for what it is. There's something about these coming of age tales with, like a less popular girl that's, and just in a spot in her life where she's confused with whatever's going on. I don't even know if it tells you in the trailer, so I won't go into too deep a depth. And then she befriends a monster and or what the rest of the world would see as a monster, and she hits it off. We've seen this type of film like Edward Scissorhands. We've seen it in different waves over the years to different varying degrees. This one's pretty much all in with that type of premise, and it nails it. It truly does. The lead actress I thought was great. What's his name? Cole Sprouse, I believe it is. Guy from Zack and Cody and Big Daddy. He does really good as this Frankenstein, and it truly is funny. And it does, in ways at times, push the PG-13 rating, but not quite to the point where, maybe not show it to your 5-year-old like I did. But I'm a little more, loose, I guess, with what I let my daughter watch because I grew up watching crazy shit and I like to think I'm fine. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm leading her down to like, dude, you're not, like maybe I'm leading her down to crazy territory. But this is definitely suitable, I think, for like a 10, 11, 12-year-old. There's definitely themes and things that are mentioned. There's definitely, people that die in the movie, but it's not quite too over the top to where it's R. This is like a fun, if you haven't introduced your kid to horror movies yet, there's never a better way than a movie like this, where there's adult elements, but they're mostly hidden, other than the couple moments where you're kind of like, but she's got to learn at some point. It's not the worst thing ever, while also being like, just the gateway into horror. These are the perfect type of movies like that if you are ready to show your kid a more adult oriented. This isn't some like haunted mansion with Eddie Murphy. You know what I mean? So know who you are and your kid's maturity and what you're willing to show your kid, because this could be the perfect type of film, I think, to bridge the gap, into horror. If you want to start watching horror movies with your kid, again, they push the PG-13 rating a little bit, so don't think I'm saying this is a kid movie, but it's not quite R, and it's a lot of fun. And where it's dark and dreary, it does exactly what it's supposed to do in the heart category. And the end, I will say this, it does deliver. The ending is just fucking fine. There's nothing wrong with it, but I did expect it to resonate a little more. Like what they did, the execution, everything, or not execution, but what they were going for works. And I'm not mad at the route, but it didn't quite hit. Like I was flowing along, watching the buildup of this script in this movie and really enjoying the coming of age ideals, watching this, lead actress go from like complete nerd to like, not really nerd, but like outcast, that really embracing the outcast and, putting her own little, spin on it, her own little swagger, her own little character coming full on before our eyes. And then the friendship that was built with her and her own version of Frankenstein, all that was just so well done. It's never going to be a 10 out of 10 movie, but for this type of movie, it was perfect. It was rolling along great. And then you do have the horror aspects that aren't full on dark, but it's not like a little kids movie, so you're happy that they do have like, okay, they kind of took it there a little bit. I'm happy with that. That's kind of cool. I like that. But then the ending just kind of, it's not bad again, but it didn't set it over the top to great for me. But damn, was it great for most of its runtime, and damn, was it really good. Lisa Frankenstein is the definition, as I said at the beginning of the review, of a movie you know exactly what you're going to get. So whatever you're expecting, it's probably that. But if you're into these types of movies, you're going to have a lot of fucking fun with it. Definitely not a bad time at the movies if it's still available. I know there's like limited showings of when I went like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I've been slacking people, but we're busting the reviews out now. Don't hate me. And it really does the trick. It does. It's a 7.9 out of 10 to me. Definitely check this one out. Obviously, not a mind melting, oh my God movie, but it might even be a little better than you're expecting. But damn, dude, do I eat these kind of movies up, man? Being the big horror fan that I am, like, it feels good when we're included, I guess, in that lightheartedness, all while we're able to show. But this is still a motherfucking horror movie, bitch. Good balance here. Really juggle it nicely. Love you guys. Peace. Have a fucking good one. I'll be back with more reviews.